Are there some things you don't want to bring up to God because you feel silly or you know they aren't going to happen, so why bother? I hate getting my hopes up, but then the Lord reminded me of amazing things that He's done, like miracles, like us never going hungry when I had no money in the bank, but the tips that I made from work. Getting approved for a car by myself, less than $1,000 down, a car no under 300, and my credit was not a sight for sore eyes. And look, for some of y'all, that might not be a big miracle, but when you're spending $50 one way on taxis and Ubers and buses for 4 months, that was the miracle that I needed. We went from being homeless for 39 days to an apartment for my son, my mom, and me, all for under $1,000 in Pennsylvania, y'all. Why not lay everything at His feet? Why not ask Him about the things you don't even think will ever happen?
It's time to get your hopes up.
1 Peter chapter 1 verses 18 through 21 says, "For you know that it was not with perishable things, such as silver or gold, that you were redeemed from the empty way of life handed down to you from your ancestors, but with the precious blood of Christ, a lamb without blemish or defect. He was chosen before the creation of the world, but was revealed in these last times for your sake. Through Him you believe in God, who raised Him from the dead and glorified Him. And so your faith and hope are in God. Run into His arms, tell Him your desires, and believe that if it's in His will, He will do it. He will help you do everything in the natural, and you get to watch Him do the supernatural. Don't worry about anyone else's situation. Your situation is unique to you. It may not have happened for Miss Susie Q lady across the street, but if God says it's for you, it shall be done. I'm reminded of Mordecai in the book of Esther in chapter 6. Now, I'm not going to read the whole thing, but hear me out. So you have Haman, who is seeking honor from the king, and then you have Mordecai, who is due honor from the king for saving his life. Haman, who despised poor Mordecai, was summoned by the king. And the king asked him, what should be done for the man the king delights to honor? Now Haman thought to himself, who is there that the king would rather honor than me? And Haman began to name all these things that should be done to honor this man, thinking that the king was talking about him. But surprise! The king was talking about Mordecai. Even though it didn't work out for Haman, at all. He definitely does not win at the end of this story. It did work out for Mordecai. There may have been others buried in debt, but you believe God for a scholarship. Just because her marriage didn't work out doesn't mean yours is gonna fail too. If the Lord tells you to have faith, get your hopes up. Watch Him work. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that little notification bell thing too.
Thank you.